Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yoga Karotam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranatasmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankha Chakra Siddharinam Sahasa Shirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Harihi Om. Keep the chest lifted, the shoulders descending, spine alert, and then bow the head towards the center and surrender there. Bring the hands down to the legs, gently lift your head up, and softly let your eyes open until they adjust. Good, everyone, let's move the blankets to the side for a moment. Have as first pose for starters, a chair. Open the chair. We're going to do Ardha Chandra with the chair. I may have started the class last week with this pose, I can't remember, but maybe it was on Saturday. But what we're going to do is have your foot about a foot away from the chair, almost to the middle of it. Any kind of chair will do. Bend your leg, bring your hand onto the chair, and then extend your other leg. Once you're in the pose, I want you to see that your back foot is in its proper place. It's not behind you, because sometimes people move the foot way back, and then that's not the pose. Then feel that. You take your outer ankle in, your inner ankle up, thigh back, lengthen the waist on the lower side of the trunk. Go ahead if you haven't done. So look attentively. I have my foot in the almost to the middle of the chair. The two bars of the chair, the seat of the chair, let's say, because it depends on what kind of chair you have. Let's say the seat of your chair is there. My foot is almost aligned with the middle. Otherwise, if I have it way back over here, then my pose is going to be all wrong. It's going to be on a diagonal unless you're searching for that. Go ahead. Then, once you're in the pose, feel a depth of the groin as if there's a belt around your groin, moving back and lengthen the lower side of the trunk forward through the crown of the head, and keep your buttocks connecting to the body, thigh back, reaching through your foot. Then, bend your leg, come down, and chain sides. This is a good way to start the practice with Ardha Chandra to get your lower back extending. Many people have been sitting a lot during the day, so this is why I decided to give this first. And look at your back foot alignment. Make sure that your foot, you can see it's not behind you, but it would be aligned there where it needs to be. Then, pressing the chair with your hand and with your forearm and palm of the hand, move again the thigh to the bone, the outer leg to the bone of your standing leg, and lengthen the lower side of the trunk. Really feel that you're lengthening the waist on the lower side of the trunk. Breathe as you reach your leg out. Then bend the leg and come down. And then we're going to do once more. Imagine, as I said, that you had a rope or a belt in the outside of your leg. In other words, I'm going to show like this. I have to turn my chair around. It'll be easier. So in other words, if I were here and I had this rope around my leg, you can see with my shorts. You guys see? As if this rope, the bottom part of the rope, the top part is moving away. So as we see this bottom part of your buttocks, it rolls away, deepening this groin, both buttocks staying in the body, and then lengthen the lower side of your trunk, the lower waist. Okay, so that's the idea what I would like for you to feel. Go ahead, once again, Ardha Chandrasana. So feel that there is a cutting of the groin, not just the frontal groin, but the outer groin. So the inner and outer groin of your standing leg is parallel. And then feel that with that depth, how you can lengthen the lower waist well. Keep both buttocks moving towards the back leg. Mid buttocks in the body. Outer ankles in. Kneecaps are up, obviously. And then change sides. Feel already the freedom in the side body, the lateral extension of the trunk, the side lumbar on both sides. But concentrate on the bottom leg depth of the outer groin moving back, the frontal groin deepening, and move even your frontal hip bones in direction of your head as you move your buttocks towards your back leg, lengthening the lower side of the trunk. Breathe. Then release and come out. Now, we're going to take our chair. Some of you have to see your height. So for my height, I'll just need, it's best if I have a mat, but I just want us to go a little bit faster, so we're going to just put a blanket, and just at your level, you can make sure it doesn't slide off. And I put this blanket on here. For me, I'm just going to fold it in half, and I bring my feet on the outside of the chair, lift my heels so that my body can come forward. You see, my spine can come forward, and then I'll bring my heels down, and my hip bones are on there. And I'll feel that there's a deflation in the abdomen, and my sides of my trunk and the frontal body is going forward. So the taller you are, the higher you may need. So if that's the case, because the support may slide, then what I suggest, the taller people, because there's some very tall people in the class tonight, that you take your mat and you fold it over the chair, like trifold it. This is what I was saying earlier. And sometimes I do this without the mat because I know, what to do. But if it slides, no good. And then you can add your 2 blankets, however amount you need for the taller people. Okay? Go ahead. So feel that the lift of the heels is important, and you'll even take your abdomen near your pubic plate, move it over, and then extend the arms down if you can, or you can fold them. Then you can take your heels down. First feel your spine spewing forward, and then bring your heels down. Breathe, everyone. The abdomen is actually supported on the bar of the chair to some degree, and you want it also to go forward. So it's taking your abdomen, then come up. You should feel it in such a manner that it almost takes your breath away, that your abdominal region is coming towards the spine, and then it's coming forward. Okay, so do that once more. Mine became a little bit high now with that mat, so you have to see for you. Go ahead, test it. Do that test drive. So when you first go in, your hips are on the hand side of the chair, and then when you bring your heels down, they either rest on the chair or go towards the heel side. Feel an expansion across the back, across the ribs, taking your heels down. You can first put your chin on the chair and then your forehead. Heels come down. Heels come down. They're not up. And they're just parallel with the side feet of the chair. Breathe. Then come up. Move the chair situation to the side. Open your mat. Actually, Yeah, okay, let's ignore that. Adho-Mukha-Svanasana. Feel now the sides of the trunk, the waist going up towards the hips, reverse movement of the trunk. Open well the back of the legs. Breathe. Feel that the depth of your legs are moving back, the hips moving back, the waist moving back, that they're challenging each other to go farther back, opening the back of the legs. Bring all the awareness and weight in the leg side. Then walk forward to come up. Now have your feet wide on the mat for Uttanasana. See that the outer foot bone of your foot just in front of the heel is anchored on the floor right here, as well as the big toe mound. Reach your arms up, lengthen the waist, rolling your inner legs back, and feel how your outer legs have like a pillar effect, that they're very firm, holding you up. Then come forward, bring your fingertips to the floor, and feel the pillar effect of your outer legs and the freedom of your inner legs. So the outer legs lifting up and the innermost groins rolling back as you move your trunk forward, and then with that space, move it down. Now, we've seen in the past, if your trunk doesn't move down straight away, that you can a little bit lean forward into your hands. Like you're tilting like this, tilting down with the legs going back, feeling that the side trunk, the side waist, which is near your lumbar, the side waist is descending. Then come back to the space in the center. You can either keep your fingertips on the floor, which actually I recommend at first, that allows the side trunk to feel also a borderline, a pillar with the arms to go down. Open the back of the legs. The legs are wide, so there should be freedom. Deflation of the abdomen, descent of the side trunk. Legs firm, open the back of the legs. Feel even your head is like a weight descending the spine. And while you're there, a little bit lean forward and feel the descent. Maintain that as you come back in the Uttanasana, intense stretch of the legs. And then come up. Everyone, for a moment there, be ready for Adho-Mukha-Vrikshasana. Change a little bit the sequencing. Go for Adho-Mukha-Vrikshasana. Climb up through the heels. Again, move the buttocks up and open the back of your legs. Move the buttocks to the hamstrings, but open and climb up through the back fibers of your legs. Feel a lift from the center palm of your hand up through your arms. Then come down. Be in Uttanasana with your feet apart. Just hip width or a little wider if it's required for you. Rest the arms and holding them there. And Take everyone your chair and go for Vikrikadana. Lift the chest, come on over, and then slowly straighten your legs, lengthening through the back legs. Feel the length of the back legs as we felt in the first poses. Open your chest with the bar of the chair connecting with your shoulder blades. I'm not looking for a deep back bend right now, that's why I put a brick under my feet. But lengthen the back of the legs. Mid-buttocks in. Exhale, observe softness in the abdomen. And then feel the waist and the whole spine moving in the direction of your head. Flowing now downwards again. But now it's the frontal spine. Holding the top bar of the chair, rotate it with your hands and coil your armpit chest. Observe the mid-buttocks in the body, tailbone in, shoulder blades connecting to the chest. Breathe. As time goes on, when holding the chair out, turning it, observe your shoulders moving away from the ears and the sides of the neck descending along with the spine. Observe a broadening in the chest, an extension in the back of the legs, and the flow of the sides of the trunk and spine towards the head, towards the floor. Feel the outer borders of the legs still. Extending well the outer knee tendons. The outer borders of the legs are there. Outer ankles in. So the inner groins can go down towards the floor. Now, bend the legs, slide more into the center of the room so your buttocks are on the chair, and then come up. First, bring your arms between the chair, over the chair bars with your legs loose so you can remove that belt. Loosen it. This is actually a Yoga Mudrasana and Virasana pose. A very minor one. Feel the skin of the upper back expanding, releasing, as well as the shoulders. The intercostal space free. And then come out of the chair for Chair Baddha. Feet together. Lengthen the sides of the trunk. Lift and turn, but always turn your head last. Don't turn your head first. Both shoulder blades connecting to the back. Observe the space within, the intercostal space, not only the intercostal space between the ribs, but the whole inner fascia of the space inside the thorax, free and open. Spine alert, like a spiral staircase, climbing up. Then finally look over your shoulder. Change sides. Chair Baddha. Observe the space inside the ribs all around. Observe the breath so it's soft, the skin on the outside, the space on the inside. Tailbone is in. And then lengthen the sides of the trunk. Feel the length in the waist between the hips and the ribs as you turn. Shoulder blades in. Then look over your shoulder. Observe the waist. Release. You put your hands on your waist, this area between the hips and the rib cage. That area, you want to feel that it's long and expansive. Often we lengthen the waist, and if we lengthen it a lot, which is fine, but it narrows. So I'm asking you to not only lengthen it, but feel a broadening in that area, not a complete narrowness, which would create tension in the diaphragm. But feel that there's like a fulcrum, you're lifting it up away, thanks to the arms. But then breathe through the diaphragm and feel an expansion, a horizontal expansion along with the lift. Then the center pillar of the spine inside the body. Spiral up upon there and then look over your shoulder. Like a spiral staircase, climb up vertebrae by vertebrae. Pressing the feet. And then change sides. Chair Baddha. Keep the space. Keep the freedom from within with the breath. As you move the waist away from the hips. Then release. Now, Yoga Mudrasana and Virasana in the chair where you move your buttocks all the way back. And then you lengthen your arms under the chair and they can just hang out there, or you can hold the back bar of the chair. Both exist. Feel the freedom of the waist, of the spine moving forward now with the depth of the groins. The feet are on the outside bar of the chair. Arches, I mean, it depends on what kind of chair you have, if you have to spin a chair. But anyhow, your feet should be on the outside, not the inside. So there's more space. You can feel depth in your groins. Then with your head last, slowly come up. position yourself for Shirshasana. If someone is not doing Shirshasana today, then you can do Supta Virasana. But nobody told me, so I think everyone's in regular class. That's what you want to do, ladies. If you're not inverting, always just text me or email me so I know, and that way I can guide you in the practice. Okay? Otherwise, you ready in Shirshasana, everyone? Before you put your head down, lift up. Lengthen well your inner arms. Walk in, heels up. Keeping the length of your inner arms, the shoulder blades connected to the back. Go into Shirshasana. Exhale to go in. Take a minute to get accustomed in your pose, to do what you may need to do. Make sure the tailbone stays in, the buttocks are in the body. There's an evenness on the arms, center forearm bone, connecting the earth. In Shirshasana, the feeling should be that the forehead skin moves towards the bridge of the nose. That means up. Now, it doesn't mean that you're moving it, but you position yourself in such a manner on your head that you feel that. The bridge of the nose doesn't push out, it recedes. When you adjust by bringing your legs a little bit apart, feel the extension of the waist. How much space you can have in your waist. Climb up. Tailbone is, of course, in. With the inner legs back, inner legs up. Attain the feet with the extension of the legs. Once the buttocks are connected to the back legs, the mid buttocks in, open the back of your legs. Press really your center forearm bone. So if you saw a seam on your side body, you're connecting with your side body. Not only the front and the back of your waist, but the side waist. Bring your legs apart, parallelly, and lengthen the waist, the lumbar up. Then join the outer legs together. Once again, parallelly separate the legs and feel the waist climbing up. Hips climbing through the legs, legs into the feet, waist up. Legs together. Now turn the right leg to the right, left leg to the left. Upavishta Konasana. As you bring your legs down and forward, keep the waist lifting up. Pressing the center forearm bones. Feel the outer borders of the legs. Then bend the legs, Baddha Konasana. Shirshasana. Upavishta Konasana again. Baddha Konasana. Shirshasana. For one more minute, internalize your Shirshasana experience. Be within the pose. Don't search the fruit of what we did, but search instead. Just don't do anymore. Just feel the effects of what happened. Thanks to the variations. Then slowly come out. Once you come out, Adho Mukha Virasana. Once you have rested enough, come up with your head last. Next pose, Pincha Mayurasana, pose, the pose itself, or the preparation. That means you do the setup, but you're not picking up. Otherwise, Pincha Mayurasana. First, keep your heels on the wall. Don't search the balance. Climb up through the legs, keeping the buttocks in the body. Climb the heels up. Feel how much the waist can get long with your legs lifting. Observe that. Then once you come down, rest for a moment in Uttanasana. once more. Pinchamayurasana. Observe the length of your inner arms. Pressing the wrist into the earth. And then I would like to say something, come down for a moment. You know, when this started happening, we had our setup of our camera already. As you know, we had people that would come to class. And with Sri, he's our technical guide, we looked into different aspects, ways. We said, well, this works well. Why don't we use this? It seems well. But I had to make a commitment to how I was going to teach when I didn't see you. I didn't want to be one of those teachers that was looking at a screen of people, you know, which is fine. You can do that. But I chose not to do that. My goal was the image that we would practice together, that I would share part of my tapas with you, and that would unite us. And that my hope was that, my hope is still, my belief is that the truthfulness that I am taking to be in the poses with you, that you will also do that. So I'm not going to always say anymore, get a bell and a break, but if you see me, like, taking the bell and break, then that is also your responsibility to carry through like that, okay? So be sure that you have the prop, and that's why we also opened our doors to everyone. Please come. You can borrow our props. We didn't even charge anything. We're not trying to take advantage of this situation and make money off of it. We're just hoping that the truth and trust will be there, the faith to support and sustain us during this time, which you're doing by coming to class, and that it's about the practice. And so anyhow, I don't know how else to explain it, that I chose that manner, and that's what we're doing. So it requires that I imagine so much your bodies, this, that, how you may be feeling, but it's also your responsibility to take what is required for you, and also if there's something we can't do, not to exhaust yourself. Usually I will give something. In the more beginner classes, they ask me what can I do instead, or so you can also ask. So like I said, for Pinchamayurasana, if you're not doing the pose kicking up, then it's very easy to do this preparation. But use the belt. It's smaller than in shoulder stand. And first you put the hands towards the ceiling, down. Then you just walk in, lifting your heels, and feel the length of the inner arms. Feel the height of the hips and the pressing of your inner wrists. So please go ahead and do that again, and be all together on the same page, please. I know it's easy to say, oh, my belt's down the hall. Well, just make sure all your stuff is with you so that you kind of do the poses this appropriate manner. Climb. Feel the stability in your shoulder girdle. How the stability in your shoulder girdle and the height of your hip connection with the legs can pull up through the waist. With the belt, added stability in the shoulders. You may feel that, okay? You know, for years, not for years, but for some time, I stopped doing Pinchamayurasana with the belt because I'm like, oh, I can just do without. And just now recently, I started doing it again because I felt one side was weaker than the other, and that gives you instantly a feedback. How is your shoulder girdle? Is it even on both sides? So once more, feel that evenness. Now, what to do with the belt? It's not that you're pushing the belt. You want to feel that the outer belt, you're not pressing the outer belt. but that the front of your arm, near your frontal elbow, that's pushing the belt. That is it. The inner arm climbing up. So don't touch the outer belt, touch the front belt. Don't touch the back belt, touch the front belt. You can even relax your head first. Climb up. Feel that height. Pressing the wrists. Evenness in the shoulder blades. Whether you're kicking up or not, doesn't matter. Observe this in yourself. Observe the freedom. And that's why often we do this pose before Shirshasana. But today we're doing it after. Okay? Anyhow. Did you guys observe that? I'm sure you did. And how the props, don't let them, didn't make notes. Don't let them become a mechanical thing. Those of you taking the classes with Abhijata, she explains so much the prop use at this time and how it's there to enhance the in-depth, to go deeper in the pose, but how to use it to your advantage in a way where you're bringing a communication with that prop and you within the pose. In 2 blankets now, each pose has like a flow of energy, a flow within it. But with the prop, how we can enhance that flow. So, of course, now we're going to do Bharabhadrasana, and I'm giving the blanket. So what is the use of that blanket? It'll give me an added access of the height of my spine as I lift and turn. Feel that. Feel that height as you lift and turn. It feels so tall. Observe that. Bharabhadrasana. And always in the twist, don't start with your head. Lift the sides of the trunk, turn, and lastly look over your shoulder and breathe. Feel the height. Lift up from your frontal hip bones. Feel the height of the side trunk and that idea of the spiralization of the spine going up, shoulders down. Lastly, turn your head, look over the shoulder. And see, in twists, Guruji Iyengar always gave us something for both hands to connect with to enact the turn. So, if your hand doesn't fit on the blanket, especially people with wider shoulders, then that's way, I'll show from the back, change sides. I'm going to show from the back what I mean. Then you want to have a brick, like if you have wider shoulders. Do you see? Then I can use that. Otherwise, I'm narrow here. Oh, so small. No, have that width, especially the people with wider shoulders. I'm petite and flexible. It can work. But no, have your brick nearby. Use that so you're not just trying to struggle to stay on your little blankets. Okay? Even if you put the blankets the other way, you'll have to see how it goes. Okay? Lengthen the sides of the trunk, lift and turn. Feel that freedom. Feel how the whole rib cage, expansive, lifts away from the hips, the side hips, the frontal hips come up, and the waist gets an expansion and the space at the same time. Don't just make it narrow. Breathe from within. Then straighten your legs. Now sit on the floor. If you have knee issues, continue with the blankets, but feel Bharabhadrasana without blanket. Feel how much space you have. I mean, you can get some, but you'll feel that some of your spine is getting no height, no lift. And this is very basic, but feel that. You guys feel it? You'll feel one side gets a length, one side is shortening. And the side that's shortening, which is the left, is supposed to be the locomotion of the spot of the turn. Do you see, if you do it low on the ground like this, you can't even feel the left side engaging to turn. It's like the right side wants to take over and show off, in a sense. You guys feel it? So how Guruji, ingenious. I mean, we can do it like this, classical pose. We can do it, and we can do it after. But look at, and there's different times to do it. But today's class, we're looking at how to create space in the spine and the waist. And now feel, oh, that height. It's like, once you feel the difference with the height of the blankets, you're like, you'll never go back. It feels so free. Feel the freedom. The whole chest, the chin, everything open, free. Then now just come out for a sec, but don't change sides. Take hold of your arm. And now lift and turn. Now the arm is like a little resistor there. Move your ribs away from that arm. Lift and turn. Feel that freedom. Feel how the left side is predominant now because of the space. Lift and turn. Tailbone in. Breathe. Don't let your buttocks come out. Remember, the hips in the front come up. Then release. Dandasana for a moment. Now, I know my feet are off camera, that's okay. You know to spread your toes and all that. Now, right here is your hip bones in the front, the groin deep, but these frontal hip bones, if you lift them up in Dandasana, feel that. You can't lift those up and stick your buttocks out. Do you guys feel? But if you stick your buttocks out, these go down. You see, you tilt forward. So now bend your legs and see in Bharavajrasana how you can lift and turn, and even these frontal hips coming up. It makes like a right angle between your leg and your hip bone. And as soon as you feel one of them coming down, that means your tailbone and your back legs went up like a duck. No. Keep those lifting. Keep lengthening the sides of the trunk. Feel the spiralization of the spine climbing up. And then opening the chest as well. Come out for a second. Take hold of your arm now. Move your arm around. And don't forget, those people who need a belt, use it. If you have larger shoulders, again, those larger shoulder people, Guruji gave always the belt doubled that I ever know about. Maybe not always, but this is more, it's better this way. You'll see. Then you use that belt if you need extra space. Okay, even if you can hold, but then you can't turn at all, then use that belt. You don't need it, this person that came to class. Lift and turn. Feel now how the right edge of your spine, through your arm, dig that in and lift and turn with the right edge of your trunk in the back. Bring it around, opening, lift up, turn, finally look over your shoulder. Feel that frontal space, how much space you have. Then lift and release. Now everyone, just have your blankets if you need them for Upavishta. Otherwise, sit for a moment in Upavishta, Ekapada Upavishta. Sorry, my mat is a little bit crooked. Ekapada Upavishta. Now what's great about Ekapada Upavishta is you can lift up your hips and go a little bit farther and feel the opening of the legs without screaming in the groins. The groins feel that descent, the soft nature of the groins. Do you guys feel? Connect the outer leg to the bone, so the outer leg, from the outer ankle, outer knee tendon, outer hip, that keeps the softness and the calm in the groins. The inner legs stretch for sure, but you don't want them to get aggressed. So outer leg and descend the back of the leg to the earth. Often we say move the thigh down. That's especially for beginners because their leg is bent. But here go smarter. Use the back of the leg. Not that they're not smart, but move the back of the leg to the earth. And then you'll feel this thigh won't be so big. Then change sides. Ekapada Upavishta. This is one of those poses I really recommend that you do throughout the day if you're like at home working and let's say you have a conference call. You just go sit on the ground and do some of these poses while you're talking. Be really good, you know, instead of sitting on the chair. Helps the knees, the hips, everything. And observe that the back of your leg is parallel to the earth. Find that buttock bone. So if you're on blankets, that's fine. Use what you need so you have the height in the spine. This groin goes down, the top of the groin, the inner groin. Find that buttock bone and sit on that buttock bone. But the hips go up. They don't go down. Buttocks go down. Groin goes down. And then change sides once more. Eka para upavishta. Turn towards your right leg, but keep your awareness in your left leg. Pivot from the pelvic rim, like we did in Bharadvajrasana. You turn from the pelvic rim, not just from the lumbar. So you want to use the buttock bone of the left like a spindle to turn upon it. So you have to find that buttock bone. If you don't have that buttock bone, it should feel like it's separating, being pulled through the heel, then good luck. Inner heel on the ground. So find that spindleization over there. And then change sides. First, inch your way forward through that leg. Feel you may have to adjust there. Feel that buttock bone anchored onto the earth. And then turn towards the bent leg. Keeping that buttock bone grounded. Don't let it come up. The right one. Come on. We have a visitor tonight in the class. Alexia, leave it down. I know it is. Breathe. Hips up. Buttock bone on the earth. Then release. Upavishta Konasana. Both legs. And you'll feel, wow, it's free now. You know? So I prefer in Upavishta that you bring your hands, lift your hips up, and walk forward on your buttock bones a little bit. But use your outer legs as a holder so that the inner legs feel the freedom to go out. Sit in Upavishta Konasana. Reach your arms up, hook your thumbs. Descend the frontal groins, descend the buttock bones. Lift up from the hips and elongate the waist. Move the central thoracic spine in. Look up towards the sky. Opening your armpits. Then look straight ahead. Bring your arms down. Change. Feel how much the back of the legs embracing the earth is required in this pose to climb the waist up. Then come down. Baddha Konasana. Be in Baddha Konasana. If you need to sit up in this pose in order to flow forward, then sit up. Sit on a blanket or something so that you can flow forward with your legs apart. In other words, you're here, and then you want to feel that your spine can go forward. Those people who have full Baddha Konasana, you know who you are. You can work in Kandasana. Try to fold the blanket. Because there's a couple of those flexible people in the class. Turn the soles of the feet towards the ceiling. And then go forward. Even some people, you know to sit on the stair and go forward with the feet on the bottom step. Baddha Konasana, go forward. Even it's okay lift your hips up a little. Come forward, then bring your buttocks back down. Go ahead. Lift the buttocks up, go forward, and then let your buttocks go back down. Feel how you can get that lower back to go forward. Breathe. Then come up. Now, sit on your blankets. 1 or 2, some people only need 1, some people may need 2. If you're still playing with forward Baddha Konasana, go ahead, continue, finish up. I'll give you a little bit more time. You have to find that sweet spot to go forward. Go ahead. Go ahead. Then, everyone, we're going to do Baddha Vajrasana 2. Baddha Vajrasana 2, one leg is in Virasana. If there's knee issues, you can keep one leg in Baddha Konasana. Otherwise, lean forward, bring this leg in Padmasana. If your knee is way up in the air, then sit on 2 blankets and then support your knee. If Padmasana is not for you today, then you stay with this foot in Baddha Konasana on the ground. Okay? Then lift and turn. Then release, don't come out. Go forward between your 2 legs. Even if you're in Baddha Konasana, after you do that small turn, go forward. Slowly come up. Now you can put your left hand in front of your left knee, swing your arm around, take hold of your foot, then sit up and turn in classical Baddha Vajrasana. Again, if you can't hold, you put that belt there. Feel that, the right leg coming towards the foot, towards the knee, I should say, the shin towards the foot. Look up, shoulders down, chest up. Then release. Observe in this pose how this foot blocks, it really blocks your hip from coming up. Do you guys feel it? It really blocks it. And, I mean your buttock from coming up. Your hip, you can feel this frontal hip climbing along the foot so it doesn't go down. Anyways, you guys know what I mean. Other side, Dandasana. In Baddha Vajrasana 2. In Baddha Vajrasana 2, you can start out with one leg in Virasana, one leg in Baddha Konasana. Those people who cannot come in this positioning with the added height, with the blanket for the knee, then you stay in Baddha Konasana. Then just turn briefly in this pose without grasping. Then come forward between your 2 knees. Yoga Mudrasana. Go between the 2 knees. Don't try to go over one knee. Between the 2. Palms of the hand over one knee. Between the 2. Palms of the hands stay down. Breathe. Go forward. Now slowly come up. Put your right hand in front of your right knee. Swing your arm around. Take hold of your foot. Sit upright. And turn in Baddha Vajrasana 2. Look over your shoulder. Then straighten your 2 legs in Dandasana. Spread well through the mounds of the toes. Keep the legs straight. Breathe. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Feel the legs moving back, creating a traction in your back. Moving the legs back. Feel the legs moving back, the waist moving back, the ribs, but the legs chasing, almost like one of those slinky dogs. The legs going farther, then the waist. Be even, then come up. Set up, everyone, for shoulder stand. Have your mat there for shoulder stand. If you have wood on the floor, it's better to put some blanket in the back of your head. If you have carpeting, you don't need that. Salamba Sarvangasana. Feel when you walk around the freedom in the hips, the back. Do you guys feel it? Really free. Measure your belt before you go up. Make sure it's the height or the opening your chest wide across from one shoulder to the other. Free the shoulders under, go through Chatush first, and then bring your legs into Halasana. Free the arms under, roll the shoulders way under by hooking your thumbs each side. Refrain from moving your shoulders back, but roll them under. Turn them under. So you get really tall on top of the shoulders, and then go into Sarvangasana. Once you're in the pose for some time, then adjust by taking your legs apart, lifting the pubic plate up, lifting the legs up, mid buttocks in, tailbone in, climb up. You'll feel if your feet just a little bit tilt forward, then your buttocks stick out. So there's a moment Bring your thighs back, your mid buttocks in, and climb up. Find that center spot. Look inside the chest. Use the lift of the kneecaps, the extension of the outer legs to climb up. Be sure that your pubic plate is going up. Space in the front of your legs. Look within. Gaze inside. Observe that infinite space inside the whole thorax fascia. You'll feel, usually we only last about a minute, and then the buttocks start coming out. Reharvest them, keep the mid buttocks in, bring the legs apart, thighs back, get them back. The jaw joint sets in its socket. Slowly go into Halasana. Interlock the fingers. Free the shoulders under again. Not so much back, but under each time. So that you get on the outer shoulder chip. Press the toes, lift your heels. Observe the height of the heels. As if you had the highest heels on, but your toes stay on the floor. Change the interlocking of the fingers. Turn your hands out. Again, move the shoulders under. Move the hips higher. Then bend your arms, place your hands on your back, and tilt back, go back into Sarvangasana. Turn your right leg to the right, your left leg to the left. Upavishta Konasana in Sarvangasana. Reach through the big toe mounds. Feel in your Upavishta how the shoulders move towards the elbows really nicely. Then bend your legs, Baddha Konasana. Sarvangasana. Ekapada Sarvangasana, 90 degrees. Then exhale, touch the floor, and reach up through your left leg. Come up, Sarvangasana, Ekapada Sarvangasana, 90. And then touch the floor. Of course, if you can't touch the floor, then just be at 90. That's okay. Or go lower. You'll see that. You'll be able to go lower. Climb up through your other leg. Sarvangasana. Now turn your right leg to the right. Bring it out to the side. Parshvikapada Sarvangasana. 90. And then touch the floor. Press the toes. Bring your right hand lower into the back. Climb up through the other leg. Get that height. Feel how the spine, the trunk, gets so much space, so much height. Find that height. Don't sink. Come up. Chain sides. Parshvikapada. And touch the floor. Find that height again, this side. Bring the left hand lower, lengthen the left waist, deepening the groin, climb up through the right leg. Then come up. Sarvangasana, grow tall. The mother of all asana. She is the greatest immunity booster right now. It's my wish for you that your Sarvangasana enhances during this time. So if you notice, every class I've given longer Sarvangasana. Grow tall. See how those variations enhanced you from earlier. How much height you have. How the mid buttocks are in. Gaze in the chest, as if you see in there with your eyes open. Kneecaps up. Slowly come into Halasana. Take off your belts. Then bring your legs in Supta Konasana and take hold of your big toes. Here, really feel how you can climb the side trunk up. Climb the side trunk up. Deepening the groins. Standing tall on the toes. Move that buttocks, that back trunk up, buttocks up, and roll them towards the heels. Then bring the legs together and come out. Come out of Sarvangasana. Rest there for a moment. Resting your shoulders on the floor, chest open. Breathe. Keep your legs bent. If you have a support, if you use a bolster, I didn't use one today, then you can cross your legs on that added support. Otherwise, have your feet on the floor, your knees in, feet apart, knees in, and observe the breath. When the legs are bent versus straight, there's more expansion of the breath inside the center of the chest. Recuperate with that. As if the inside surface of your whole thorax were a reflection that sees inside. Observe that with the breath. You can get that darshan with the breath. The breath gives us the awareness of that space. Then slide down to your hips are on the floor. Then bend your legs, turn to the side, and come up with your head last. Now what we're going to do is open your mats for a Janu Shirasana. Take what you may need for Janu Shirasana. Those people, if you were here, I would have those people who are less flexible in forward bends. What does that mean? It doesn't mean, oh, my legs are tight or this. It means very simply that your spine doesn't want to go forward. So if you are here, then I would give you the Viparita Dandasana bench, that curvy bench we have, and have you go down the bench. So if you feel, because I can't see the state that you're in right now, but you'll know, in this level class, you know how your body is. You know what you may need. So you can take a chair, and those people who cannot go forward easily. And you can take the knee out of the picture. If the chair is too hard on your bones and all that, you can put a mat and a blanket on the chair. You have to see what kind of chair you have. But you can come forward like, and if your chair, I can feel my chair sliding from underneath. So you either have to break it at a wall, but I want to show from the side, against the wall, back chair, the back seat against the wall. Or you put it on your mat, which we don't usually recommend, but today you can. But see how this leg it's not up here in Janu Shirasana, because it would be hard to hold up here. But I just put it there, so I kind of remove that leg out of the picture. But now look at how I can go forward. Do you guys see? Because I'm tilted up. So you can do it like that and get some space. Now, you may not be able to stay down there the whole time. I don't know. Then you can come up and do it some more. You can dive in, each time feeling that the back of the leg is opening, the mound of the toe opening, and you come forward. You can even put something here against your foot at the wall. There's many ways. But like I said, if that chair seat feels like maybe I'm a little bony, I don't know, then put a mat on top of the chair. Okay, so those people who don't go forward, you do that. If you don't go forward well, but you don't quite need a chair, then you can sit like maybe on a bolster. You can go on this height. You have to see for you what's required. And if you have the bolster, then you can put everything up on there, the leg, everything. And now look, I'm free to go forward. You guys see? So you have to see what's going to help you, because that's part of this. How we can decide what we think is the lesson, whatever. It's not so much a lesson, but what we want to carry forward. So we can see. We don't want to get turned into moralists, but how this is aiding your practice. How you are required to have the maturity to find what you need. If it's really, you have no clue, send me an email, call me on the phone. It's very important that this does not become the new normal. Everyone's saying that. So see people, talk to them. It's so important. I think you guys all know that. So let's go now for our forward bend practice. I don't want to talk too much. Be sure that you have freedom so the buttock can move out. This thigh is moving towards the knee. Just touch your foot, create space in your frontal body, and then come forward without even holding your foot. Extend forward. Feel the side waist coming forward. Lengthen the trunk. Breathe. You're not even holding the foot. Hands are on the floor. Feel that freedom. If there's no freedom, come up with your head last and go again. Feel the frontal body, the side waist coming forward, the freedom. Then, second time, hold the leg, then the arms, etc. But then if you feel that shortens, then bring your arms forward again. Bring your chin forward, climb forward. Feel the floor extension. Everything is set up for it to move in the class. What I gave, the spine. We got the spine upside down, we had the spine turning, we had the spine doing all these things, different ways, lateral, etc. So it's just ready to move now. The stiffness should be removed thanks to the sequencing. Then slowly come up and change sides. Like this visitor over here who came, she needs to sit higher, I think. Sit on a bolster, see what happens. So you can go forward. What's the use of going, sitting down? Buttocks are down, it's heavy, and you're like that. Okay, over the weekend I gave a different class from the sternum and all that. Now I'm giving something different. It's nighttime, more flexibility. Go for it. Feel the flow forward without holding the foot. Come up for a sec. I forgot one part. Touch your toe tips. Move your chest forward, deepening the groins. Feel the frontal lift. Feel the shoulders down. Then climb forward beyond your foot. Climb, climb, climb forward, turning. Then hold your foot a little. Rotate, turn. Feel that rotation towards the ribs rolling from the bent side to the straight leg side. Roll a little bit, tilt yourself like rocking. Then don't hold again. Lengthen. Feel that at least your waist is moving forward. From the side body, waist is going forward. Go, go. Put both buttocks on that person.
That way.
Huh?
It was a therapy thing.
Both buttocks on, at least don't fall off, huh? And put it on the diagonal. Try it. Then come up, chain sides. Jana Shushasana. Anyhow, I think I gave you the slanting plank, no?
It was not straight leg without support.
Oh, continue. Other side. Hold. Deepen lift. You should have lots of frontal extension. Shoulders down, and then go forward. Head of the knee back. Now when you hold your foot, if you didn't see, look for a moment. I hold my foot and I turn. I a little bit rock. Do you guys see how I roll these ribs around so they can come towards this leg? They can come in towards this leg. Even I can roll and then bring my head on the other side of the leg. Head of the knee back. And then extend forward again. Feel also, go ahead, continue, that your frontal hips are moving forward. Like how we went over the chair. Move the frontal hip bones forward. Don't let them go back. Go forward with those hip bones. Go forward. Breathe. Go ahead. Yeah, it's going forward now. Some people, I can see one person. It's going forward. Go. Ah, yeah, let it go forward. And then come up. Did you guys feel it go forward a little? Is that our second? We have one more side, huh? Pretty sure. Go ahead. Janu Shushasana. If the timing, you need a little extra time to stay, like it's only a matter of seconds, you stay a little bit extra. But let's stay with the rhythm of the class. Get the space with the head of the knee back. Remember, it's head of the knee back pose, the bent leg knee. Stays back. It doesn't go too far, but it doesn't flow forward. Then the trunk, the frontal body flow forward. Move forward. Remember our class we had months ago from the frontal hip bones. Move those bones forward. Climb forward like a roller. Climb forward over your leg. Then hold and tilt. Or just hold now and stay. Embrace the earth with the back of your leg. Janu Shirshasana. Feel the frontal hips coming forward, the sideways coming forward, bending the arms, the ribs coming forward. Breathe. Feel the fluidity, the vertebrae coming forward, but from the side body. Bending the arms, go ahead. Then hands on the floor and go forward. So you remove the gripping of the spine. You see? If you hold the foot, the spine grips, which is okay, and it goes forward. If you don't hold, then it ungrips. Those are the ideas. Did you guys feel? Maybe I'm saying it too fast. We'll feel it now in the next pose. So next pose we're going to do is Ardha Baddha Padma, Paschimottanasana. Now, you just have your leg here and bring this ankle up. Okay, and now those people who cannot do this pose for different reasons, then what you will do is instead you do once more Janu Shirshasana. Okay? Now in this pose, feel that you can hold your toes and the knee goes on the ground. If the knee stays up in the air like that, then you may need to lift a little bit higher and put a blanket behind the knee. But the flow of the leg should go towards the knee. It doesn't mean that, anyways, the flow of the leg has to go towards the knee. Don't have the knee coming towards your hip. Okay, so find out what you may need for that. And I lost track of what I was saying. Oh yeah, I remember now. Hold the foot. Feel that your abdomen is coming over that heel. Here, just like Baddha Vajrasana 2. Feel how your foot crease going in the leg is there. So it blocks the hip, but move your frontal hip forward. Lift your chest. Then come forward. Tailbone is in. First, don't hold your foot. This is the point I wanted to make. Without holding the foot, feel how the side waist, the inside of the trunk is free. It goes forward, and the spinal muscles have a freedom. Now, hold your foot, and what happens is the spinal muscles become connected. Either holding one wrist with one hand or interlock the fingers. And it's the power of those muscles that are being used to come forward. Along with the power of the leg. Feel the fluidity of the pose. The leg embracing the earth, the trunk coming forward, the bend of the arms to come forward. Or you can choose, no, my spinal muscles, if I hold it, grips. I need the freedom to go forward. Whatever you need. You need to sit up higher, much higher. Go up so that everything goes forward. Nothing's going forward. Go forward. Yeah, like that. Then change sides. Go forward. Yeah, put that for the knee. Now go forward. Go forward. Go. Go. Yeah, see, it's flowing forward. Something is moving. Otherwise, it's not moving at all. It's staying back. It's like you're just sitting. Okay, go forward. This is let's go forward class. Anyways, I'm getting silly. Anyhow, everyone, let's do other side. Reach for the big toe mound. Don't let your straight leg tilt. It's very important in this pose. Reach for the inner heel. And observe what's helping you. Holding. How you can go forward with the side trunk, not holding, how you could go forward better with the frontal body, and maybe the side too, it depends on the person. Go back and forth, see. Embracing the leg with the earth. Feel your leg getting embedded in the earth. That will help you to go forward, embedding the leg in the earth. Yeah, that's it. Forward extension. Not down. Remember, it's not a down bend. Don't just make your head go so low that your trunk goes up. That's what we saw on Saturday. Then come on up, straighten your legs. Okay? Next pose, have a blanket. Today I'm passing by Chaturanga Kapala Pachivattanasana, and we're going straight to Vriksasana 1. So we have Vriksasana 1, left leg is bent, right leg is straight. And now you're going to go around, bring your armpit as low as possible, and entwine. Then turn and go forward. Now here, you see I turn, and then I press my arm and my leg to move myself forward. Again, I turn and move forward. Did you guys see? So there is a connection. Now, if this isn't possible, I'm going to show on the other side. Turn and go forward. Using this pressing of this foot in my arm. Do you guys see that movement? It's not just because my head is moving. I'm turning, then I'm moving my trunk forward with my leg. It's like pushing it forward. Now, of course, if that's not possible, you'll do it like this. Okay? There's two different sensations. Everyone go. Let's all first go forward between over this leg, one hand on either side of the foot. Then come up. Now come forward. Use this hand of the straight leg. I know I said, anyways, go ahead. So your right hand is there. Entwine. Swing it around. Now turn around. Turn around that leg. Feel your trunk turning upon that leg. Rotate it and straighten your right leg there. Rotate upon your left leg with your back ribs. Then come forward, leading with your chin. Feeling your leg and your arm, guiding it to go forward. Then turn again. Then go forward. Do 3 of those. Turn again. Then go forward. Go. Press. Go. Then come up. Did you guys feel that connection? How the energy is going through the body to move forward, but everything is coordinating together. The leg that's straight, the leg that's bent, the back of the armpit and leg. How much energy is in the power of the back of your armpit and your shin to go forward? It's tremendous. Anyhow, I always get excited in the practice, but you guys feel that enthusiasm yourself. Then now the right leg is bent, left leg is straight. Come forward, climb forward first. Even if this heel comes up a little, that's okay. Give yourself some freedom. Feel your hip bones moving forward. Climb forward, get some movement. Then come up. Then get the entwinement. Use your left hand on the floor to get your armpit. See how I'm getting my back armpit way as low as possible down there. And I entwine it and swing and turn. Turn now, pivot upon your shin and heel of your bed leg. Pivot those ribs around. See how I'm pivoting my ribs? Turn and then pivot forward. Then turn to the left. And then pivot forward. Reaching my left hand back. Straightening the leg. Do that sometime for yourself. Turn to pivot and go forward. Go ahead. Feel that. Armpit. Get the armpit over there. Lower to the shin. Don't lose that. That connection is required. And then go again. And then let go. Okay? So you guys felt something over there happening? The movement? That's good. Now, what you're going to do is you can roll your blanket or have your heels up there and bring your knees apart and look at. If I'm going in Malasana, can you see? If I'm going in Malasana, what happens is, Malasana, we know, the heels are down and we go forward. But we have to find how to go forward. So I'm going to lift my heels, bring my head towards the floor, come forward, lengthening, letting my legs come apart. Do you see? It's almost like when we did Baddha Konasana, but now the hips are up naturally. So come forward, slide forward, then bring your heels down. Come forward, slide forward, then bring your heels back down. Come forward, feel the waist really coming forward, then bring your inner heels back down. And then you'll be able to be in that pose. Okay? So it's not just that your spine and your head is going down. There's freedom in the waist. This connection between your waist and your hips and your ribs. The waist is going back. It has freedom. Feel that freedom. So go ahead and have that. Now, I just use a small one because I have easily malas on. So some of you guys, you especially the larger ones, you will need a roll so that you have that good momentum to go forward. So let your heels come up, go forward, slide your arms forward. You could put a bolster for your head if you feel like it's scary. Go ahead, bring your head down in that bolster. Go ahead. And now bring your heels down. So you may have to walk forward and backward with your hands. That's okay. Then again, lift your heels up. Slide forward. Let your knees come apart farther. Let them just fly apart, like almost they're going in a Baddha Konasana. Go forward. Bring your head to the floor. Go ahead. And then bring your inner heels down. So you feel there's freedom for the lumbar to go forward. And when you bring your heels down, there's like a traction where the sacrum is going one way and the lumbar is still going forward the other way. Do you guys feel it? So go ahead, go in there, have that freedom of the movement of the lower back. This is really a perch. So if it's really high, like I was saying, then have a bolster like this, okay, because some people didn't see. So your head can go, I mean, my body's flexible, so it just could go on the ground, but if it's not, that stops you from feeling the fall on your face. So you go like that. Everyone did it for a little bit? Okay. Now let's keep this roll that we have. And we're going to straighten our legs. And we're going to go on the roll so that the buttocks are in the back, the hamstrings are on the roll, and we'll go forward and Paschimottanasana. And this is interesting because it helps us open the back of the legs. And from the opening of the back of the legs and the inner groin freedom, like we felt in the very beginning of the class, in the wide Uttanasana, the inner leg freedom going that way allows the spine and the trunk to go forward. Go ahead. Catching Uttanasana like that, you can use your arms like as a little thing for your head. See, I use my arms like a little bolster over there. Or you could put a brick here for your head and be like that. Or even the bolster if you need it. This is my brick here. But feel how the opening of the back of your legs is giving you the freedom to go forward. And it's weird because it feels like you're falling back, but no, it gives the freedom for the spine to go forward. Do you guys feel it? It's similarly if you do that on the chair, but that adds the height. Go forward. Then come up. Good. Now one more. I'm giving a couple more poses. I'm giving these kind of classes where, anyway, where it's like towards the end, I'm just giving pose after pose because you're starting to feel the freedom and the lightness. And I really don't feel that. I know this is a difficult time with that. But I don't want to feel like, well, we're, it's so intense, we have to go only inside. It's like, that's true, that's part of it. We did with our inversions, with the other part of the class. But also, let's feel the energy circulating in the body and some joy of the asana practice. So this is the idea that I'm giving so it comes towards the end of the class. And anyways, now we're going to play in this pose. This is Vrishasana 2. So you have one leg in Vrishasana and one leg is in Padmasana. Do you guys see that? And then in order to go in this pose, I'm just going to a little bit move into the light here. You want to move this buttock kind of under. Do you guys see how I did that? So that it's closer to this leg. Okay? And then you're going to go forward over this knee. Okay? Now, if you can't do this pose, that's okay. That doesn't matter. Then instead, you can do, I wasn't thinking about what to do instead. Let me think what the, then you're going to do Upavishta Konasana. Okay? Other people, Richasana, 2. So you're sitting there. You'll bring one leg in Padmasana, like in Ardha Padma. Then you'll bend your other leg in Richasana, and then I kind of move my buttock under so it's closer to this foot that's on the floor. Okay? And then you'll slide forward over your knee. Breathe. Then you'll come up, free your leg, chain sacks. Slide forward over your knee. It really gives a freedom between your hip and your waist. You can feel it's tremendous. So you'll feel in all reaches, one buttock is a little bit off the floor, literally. Those people in Upavishta Konasana, you're in Upavishta Konasana, and you're going to go forward, find the support here that you need for your trunk, and then hold your feet or reach your arms forward. Okay? You work on your Upavishta. The other group, second time, 4. Richasana, 2. Now, this time, those people who can, you turn, wrap your arm around, swing your other arm around, and then go over that knee. Otherwise, you do it again, like so. Okay? Either way. Doesn't matter. Just to feel. But again, it's the back of your armpit that goes low. Even lift your heel a little bit. Just swing, turn, pivot, and then come forward. Then come up. Yeah, I'm going to show it this way. So when you see on the other side, when I go to entwine, what I do is I bring my armpit way down by my ankle. You guys see? I press my other hand so I can get in there. Bend it up, swing and turn. And then again, I'm pivoting on this shin and armpit, and then going forward. And you can again do that. Go for what we did earlier. Or you can stay static, or you can lengthen your arms forward. All those possibilities are there for you. So many possibilities. So many possibilities. And feel that space in your waist. It's just tremendous. Space in the waist. Breathe. Those people that are in Upavishta Konasana, go in Baddha Konasana. Those people that are in Richasana 2, breathe. Bring the chin over the knee. Chin goes over the knee. Then slowly come up. Straighten the legs wide. Have your feet on the outside of your mat. Come forward. Embrace the back of the legs into the earth. Then come up. I'm just giving this briefly. Feel the back of your legs embracing the earth. Come forward. Don't try to go far down. Embracing the back of the legs on the earth. Then come up. Then stand up. Now, we're going to bring our legs on the outside of the mat. And we're going to bend the legs. And this crease again is deep. So we can bring our arms inside the legs. Then you're going to put the palms of the hands on the floor between your feet. And then sit the back of your legs on the back of your arms. And now this is a strategic point. Keep the projection of the weight forward on your knuckles and just lift your feet up. and look that way. Move your chest forward. Okay? Dvihasta Bhujasana. So bring your legs wide. I'm going to show facing forward. And bend your legs and hold your ankles so you can get the back of your shoulders against the back of your knees. Then place your hands shoulder width apart. Then sit, looking forward, the back of your legs on the back of your arms. Then just bring your feet up, reaching your chest forward. And you can feel the freedom in the waist gives you the freedom in the pose. Now, if you feel like, oh, I can't quite get my arms down there, all these things, you can use bricks. There's different things you can do, but whatever you do, don't resist with your thumbs. Okay, this gives a little bit of height. You guys see? Fingers are off. This gives a little bit of height. And then I project my chest forward, and I just relax my feet. That gives a little bit of height there. Bhujavirasana. What's free in the pose after the class that I just gave just now is you'll feel that your seat and your lower back aren't like just stuck falling down. In other words, when we just sit, here's our hips, here's our waist, our lower back, it just seems like that. But here we're feeling this buttock is descending, but my waist is coming forward. It's not stuck in there. And that will give you the freedom in the pose. Sorry, my wrist feels a little bit. I can move it. If you have wrist ache, you can just go like this or go in Baddhastasana. Anyhow, Bhujavirasana, after Dvihasta Bhujasana, then broaden your collarbones, cross your feet, create a challenge between your ankles, abdomen soft, obliques active. That creates a lift of your posterior lumbar up. Look forward, look forward. Elbows in. Then once you finish playing with all that, I'm going to add one more point, because I'm seeing our friend here, is that when we learn these poses, our body does like kids, whatever we can to do it. So, what you want to feel is that my arms, I bring my elbows towards the center. You guys see? If I bring my elbows out against my legs, then I don't have the wherewithal through my hands to lift up, through my obliques to lift up. There's dead weight there. So there's a sensation where your hands are on the floor, which at normal, it's normal at first to be like this, but then they come like that. So you want to, it's kind of like when you first learn Prajita Prapanasana, your elbows like that, and then the teacher says, no, bring them in. But here, roll the elbows in. Actually roll them in. And you'll feel with that rolling in, these side muscles in the front, oblique muscles, will be your balancing feet. Look forward as you sit back. And if you fall, that's okay. Just make sure there's no wall behind you. And then elbows in, collarbones broad, lift up from the palm of the hand. Breathe. Even if you bounce for a second, that's great. The back of the legs, back of the arms. And that's it. Now, finally, finish. We're finishing the class now. I would like to finish the class with 2 poses. So what you're going to do is have your blanket blankets nearby. We didn't do upavishtakonasana. All right, let's do it briefly. We're going to do 4 more poses, sorry. Because we should do it one little upavishtakonasana, even though I'm not going forward like that, because your body's open. So do an upavishtakonasana. Just go forward in upavishtakonasana, not even holding anything. You can bring your chin on the floor, your forehead. Just go forward in upavishtakonasana. It'll be very refreshing. When you finish upavishtakonasana, then sit for a moment in Baddha Konasana. Go ahead. If your head doesn't go down, use a bolster or something. Make your hips go up so you can go forward. Otherwise, the spine isn't going forward. Feel, is your waist going forward or is it just going back? Find out. It has to go forward now. Everybody. Okay? That's the story. Now, finally, after that, you'll cool off the groins in Baddha Konasana. Just sit for a moment in Baddha Konasana. And then finally, watch on the screen. Have one blanket available for your head. And then we're going to lie down in Baddha Konasana. And you really walk your arms under. Many of you know this pose. Now look what we're going to do afterwards. Okay, this is what I want you to see. We're going to bend our legs a little bit, move the buttocks away from the lower back, and slide and extend the legs. So the arms will be pinned under. And we're going to have a little bit of shavasana with your arms pinned under. And then after that, you'll feel, oh, I want to take my arms out. This blanket for the head. And then internalize. Some people, the more flexible amongst you, will not even need a blanket for the head. After that, pinning under. Okay? So have the blanket, though, just above your head, in case you say, you know what, I want the back of my neck a little bit longer and my forehead descending. You have to see for you. So lift your hips, grab hold of your ankles. If you can't, use a belt around your feet and ankles and hold that belt. Palms of the hands towards the ceiling. Lift your buttocks up and then let them rest on your wrists. And really walk your shoulders under. Do that a couple of times so they're totally pinned under. Abdomen soft. Observe the space behind the abdominal organs. Then observe with the breath the softness in the solar plexus region, which is below the xiphoid process, behind the ribs, in the front. Then observe the breath in the chest, predominant during inhalation, the expansion from within. And then just bring it into the observation of the breath and just stay there in this pose. The arms may fall asleep, but don't worry, they won't fall off. Then prepare yourself. You're going to bend your legs, move your buttocks away from the lower back by pressing your feet on the floor. Keep your arms a little bit under as much as available to you that you can tolerate. And then extend your legs. So now, the back of your hands are on the back of your thighs. Stay like that for a moment so your arms are still pinned under. Chest is free, the armpit chest is free, the neck is free. Tailbone stays in. And then finally, just bring your arms out from under you. And if you feel like you need that blanket for your head, you'll put that there. Without creating too much change. Stay in the pose. Surrender, release, and let go. The arms and legs free. The back of the neck, the head, the shoulders. Observe the softness in the jaw, the mouth, the tongue, the brow, the forehead, so that there's a softness in the face, the bridge of the nose, deepening in the face, tongue resting on the lower palate. It's very important. Observe that. And then, nothing to do, no more effort, just let go. Surrender completely, totally. Just let go. Completely, totally. Surrender. So any circulation of the energy in the body thanks to the asana will just settle and stay with you to give you wellness and vitality to move forward. Maybe that will show itself tomorrow or the next day or next week, month, doesn't matter. But give that moment for it to become absorbed. And just be there. Just be there in this moment, in this now. Hari Om. Loka samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti. Peace, love, compassion, wellness to all. Peace to all. Peace for all. Peace for all. At your own pace, come back from Shavasana. And that will be it for now. When you feel ready,